this concept of things just sort of falling into place. I'm a big believer in that too.
Yeah.
What is that though? Is that you getting out of your own way? Like what is that? Isn't
that 70% of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say it's 70% maintenance of what can I do to do my part to stay out of the way. And then the other part, I always think of it as like this little super thin, invisible thread. But you can feel the tug, and you just you have to be really gentle, and you have to pause when agitated, and you have to go for it when you go like, there's 4 walls in here, which one has the map behind it? It's that one. And you knock down the wall, and it's there,
Yeah, what is that, though? That's a...
Synchronicity?
Yeah.
Intuition?
But labeling it is very dangerous, because it's so filled with woo.
Yeah.
So it's, there's so many people that are hucksters that have, like, made a career out of sort of, like, labeling it and defining it or teaching you how to get to it.
It's great because it's the commodity that you can't capitalize on, and yet if you don't show proof of its existence, you shouldn't even be qualified to speak on it. I don't know.
Right.
It's the big I don't know.
But when it happens, whether it happens with love or with friendship or with a career or with a path you're taking, you just know there's a smile, there's an inner smile, like, yeah, this is it.
Well put.
I found it. This is it. I'm supposed to be doing this. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah. And I really feel, it's so funny, at this point in my life and being, kind of middle-aged and all that, well, I know I'm going to fly around the world and I'm going to sell some soap. And I know I have a new project, and I know I've just retired my jersey on this 12-year journey I've been on. And how do I want to start? And it came up, how would you like it? I go, yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to go have the Joe Rogan experience and kick off this year and this season and this new chapter by doing what I love, which is an interview as we're looking at each other, and there's a give and take. But to answer the question, it can be anticlimactic like anything. I mean, this is surreal, I've maybe seen you around a little bit, but I feel like I know you because I see you all the time and I listen to you, and I'm a martial arts nut. And yeah, isn't it? Sometimes when you get outside of the fortunate, interesting, creative experience you're having, you kind of go like, it's very dreamlike.
Yeah. Yeah, my whole life's a dream. Yeah.
Except for the ramifications. The ramifications.
Those are real. When those come back and bite you in the ass, you're like, yikes, this isn't a fucking dream at all. This is dangerous. Yeah, I remember the first time I met Phil Hartman. I was stunned that I was actually like sitting. We were at a table read. I was sitting across from him, and I'm like, "How the fuck? You're a famous guy. Like, you're a really famous guy. Like, I've seen you in movies, man. Like, I've seen you on television. Here you are, right there. How weird, And it seems it's very hard to be normal, and then after a while, that becomes normal, and then the fact that it becomes normal becomes surreal, and then it really feels like a dream. Like when I meet people like you, like we've just met an hour or so ago, and yet instantly I feel like I know you. Yeah, it's very strange. But you're not full of shit. When someone's not full of shit, it's pretty easy to get to know them. You say something, I say something back. I go, oh, I know how he works. I see what's going on in there. This is an actual human. Here we go. We're talking.
There's a good litmus, too, because you watch your show pretty quick. And I just love it, too, because in your show, you start, it's a rolling start with you every time. You come into the show and you're already kind of thinking about stuff. So it feels very organic. And part of me, even this morning, was like, I hope he looks into my eyes and doesn't see a complete and utter foolish fraud, because I would probably believe him if he mirrored that back to me.
Oh no, that's a danger, right? Yeah, if you respect someone and they think you're a fucking idiot, you're like, oh no, I might really be a fucking idiot.
But there's been times when, in just being myself, someone who I respect has looked at me and said, "What are we talking about?
Yeah,
what are you even saying?"
For sure.
And you remember that because it kind of.
Yeah.
It stiff arms you.
But part of those are good because you realize, well, you were probably off on a fucking stupid tangent.
Yeah.
And that's part of being a person. Part of being a person is like, I don't know what the next word out of my mouth is going to be right now. No one ever does. Unless you do, and if you do, it's kind of weird.
Some people are poker players. I respect some people that are that, because there's an ability to, maybe it's fear-based, but I always appreciate people who, those people like their icons or big shots, or that they hold a certain esteem, and all of their texts are very simple. It's like, yes, we should fix that.
Sure. Yeah, sure is my favorite.
Sure. Okay. On it.
Yeah. No periods either. Like, you don't have time to make a period.
It beats the all caps texts.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like those at all. Those people are weird. Although C.T. Fletcher, he sends me all text.
Huh.
I love him. But he's shouting at everything. Everything is a shout.
Yeah. But yeah, the surreal part is, I think part of the reason I'm still so interested, not just in life, but also, getting to do what I do, is I'm a fan. I love movies. I love creativity. I love music. I love culture. And the fact that I actually have a place in it while I'm observing it and digging it is like, it's an honor.
Well, that's a beautiful perspective, and that shows in how you carry yourself, and it shows in the work that you do appreciate it. One of the saddest things is someone who's in an amazing position who doesn't appreciate it, and that drives other people crazy too. Like, prima donnas drive people crazy for a variety of reasons, but one of the big ones is you don't appreciate how fortunate you are. Like, and people love when people appreciate good fortune and appreciate a well-earned position and are, engrossed in a beautiful life of something that they really enjoy and something that really inspires them.
Well, I need to be kept right-sized, because I can easily fall into self-seeking and depression and self-pity and judgment and all that stuff. It's kind of it's a bit of a default, but I spend enough energy and I've had enough help over enough years to actually just say, oh, that's just awful, destructive behavior. You're entertaining in your head,
Bad patterns, just bad thought patterns.
Yeah.
I think we could all fall into those. I'm ruthlessly self-critical, and for me sometimes it's very hard to step outside and just take a pause and recognize that not everything's going to be right the first time you try it. I think that a lot of people that are really great at things, it's one of the things about them is that they're not very satisfied with their work. Like, they're always looking to improve it. They're always looking for it to be better, and then that can start that cycle in their head of self-loathing and anxiety and anger at their performance or their work or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then that can lead to depression. That can lead to just self-hate.
Yeah. And what are your tolerances? Like, I'll be the first to tell you, like, do certain movies, or when we were doing Tropic Thunder, or one of the first, Iron Man movies, I was like, I'd go over to the monitor, I'd be like, play that back again. That was so good. Dude, let me see that again. I need confirmation.
Yeah.
Because it's always a miracle. You stayed in frame. You got the line right. Your eye line was right. The lighting was right. The sensibility was right. And you just look at it and you go, oh. It's like, I don't know, for me, it's like the playback of the perfect Superman punch KO, and you just go, show me that again.
Yeah.
Or when we were shooting Tropic Thunder, I had a little teaser clip for Iron Man, but it wasn't coming out until the next year, and we were going to go to Comic-Con, and so I got to see it and show it to people, and they're like, oh, I think that movie's going to do pretty good. And then when we went to Comic-Con, we saw it, but it used to be like that with music too. Like, I write music. I haven't for some time, but you would write something and then you just listen to it on the loop because you go, wow, that's not, I know that I was here and I did that, but it feels kind of inspired, and, and you want to get all that stuff. But yeah, self-critical is important as long as it doesn't bleed out into and over the edges and just make everyone else miserable.
Right. Again, get out of your own way.
Yeah.